Welcome to SKUMCAST.
We're brothers, and that's all that matters. You know what?
And
All right, there it is. There, that's it. All right, wait. Did I do my? You did yours.
No,
You
yeah,
did
I
yours.
did
So we
mine.
started with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine about. God damn it! You stole mine. Corey's a fucking sweetheart, man. Like I could probably
Fuck you.
I could use and abuse that guy to the end, like, and he would be just like sucking my dick. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I wish you guys could have seen Corey's face right now.
Yeah, it was
That
a very
priceless.
disgusted, ready to break up
Fucking-
with our friendship kind of look.
yeah, like I'm gonna beat your ass right here and now, like in the middle of the podcast while the mics are still recording.
He's too much of a sweetheart to do that. But my one compliment to you, Eddie, is, you're Mexican.
I love it.
No,
Thank
No
God.
habla inglés.
that was the most like
40
white
minutes
way
into
to
the
say it. No habla inglés.
No hablo inglés.
I can't like express though like enough of how.
I like how I'm like double vaping over here.
Yeah, Corey's getting real stressed over here. He's like, I wonder what he's gonna say about me. God damn it, Eddie! You took my one before Corey. I don't know, Corey, you're a good drummer, I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
No, Corey. Corey looks really nice. He's a beautiful looking man. Actually, you are too, Eddie. I have to say that's a compliment to you guys.
Thank you.
Both of you guys actually look like you guys are in metal bands, while I don't. Like, I look like I should be in a...
Just get a throat tattoo, buddy.
No, you
I'm good.
you look like a pop punk kid, honestly.
That
Like
works.
not like back in the day, and you're gonna hate this, but you look like you could be in a band like Neck Deep
I don't know what that
or
is.
like State Champs or something.
State
Oh
Champs.
shit!
Like you
You're
do.
not wrong.
Stage hamsters?
Huh?
Stage hamsters?
State Champs.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Hella pop punk band.
That's
We'll
fine.
show it to you after the podcast.
I look like a pop punk kid that is...
Stay tuned for. We should actually make a reaction video of Jacob discovering Neck Deep and State Champs.
He's gonna hate it.
God damn it.
We gotta
That's-
do a reaction video at
That's
this
another
point.
thing I hate about you, actually. Fuck your compliment. I hate when Eddie goes in my car and he starts he's ready to play music in my car, and the first thing he says is, "You're gonna hate this, but listen to this. Check this one out. But I know you're gonna hate it." And I'm like, okay, so why are you playing it if I'm going to hate it?
in hopes that you're actually gonna like something, and it's happened before.
It has happened.
It's happened before. I think you found Shadow of Intent on your own.
I did.
Yeah, I think you did. But I remember I
Did you know
showed
that?
you before I knew that.
I don't
you liked
believe
them.
you.
I did.
You told me before I even played it, but I do remember saying like, "Oh, you're gonna hate this," and then I played Shadow of Intent, and you were like, this wasn't bad. I like this, and
They're not
so like
bad.
that's why
It's
I say
just-
that. It's because I think you're gonna hate it, but I'm playing it in hopes that you're actually gonna like something or like something out of it. I remember I played a Silverstein song, and you probably don't recognize that name, but I played a Silverstein song because they had dropped like a 10th or 15th anniversary of something. I can't remember what it was, but I played one of the songs, and you were like, "Yo, like the guitar in this is really good. Like I like
Because
it."
I'll hear certain parts of things that I like.
Yeah,
if
but
it-
that's why I do that.
I
though.
don't base it on overall. Like metalcore, I won't base it on overall. Like I said, I like some of the guitaring that they do because I like the melodic type of thing that they do with some of their riffs, and depending on the band. But I just kind of ratio it out. Like if it's like overall like bad to good, like I'm not gonna like it. Like I hate this. I hate the vocalists of metalcore. It bothers me. It's basically like combining like.
What about Lorna Shore? Even though
That's not metalcore, but
it's still death. It's like
that's
like
black and deathcore, right?
black and deathcore. Yeah.
The problem I have, I don't know if I remember going over this, but like the problem I have with black and deathcore is it ends up sounding, because black metal already sounds pretty messy. Like you can agree with that.
Yeah.
But that's their production style.
Yeah, that's the point of black metal.
That's the point of it.
Yeah,
It's
but the
meant to be
deathcore side
raw.
really cleans it up because a lot of deathcore like is like really about cleanliness. Well, I mean it's very well cleaned up.
But it just sometimes just sounds like a cluttered mess at times for me. And the same thing with black metal. Sometimes it sounds like a cluttered mess to the point where
Well, that's
I get
because the
bored.
production's so fucking garbage.
Yeah, but the fact is like deathcore has better production, but I still have like a problem with it sounding like a cluttered mess. And all of a sudden the breakdown comes in and it sounds clean. But then again, it's a breakdown, and I'm like, all right, I'm bored.
See, I'm a black metal boy, and the
Demo Boy Gear.
I love black metal. You know, that's one of my top genres. I listen to a lot of black metal, and like
Cradle of Filth doesn't count.
No, fuck Cradle of Filth. No, I like their old stuff. Their new stuff is trash. But you know, the thing with black metal, it's not the sound. It's what black metal is supposed to be. You're supposed to get a vibe from it. So it's like it's music that's supposed to speak to you through the sound of it, not exactly production sound, but it's like, you know, one genre, you know, depressive suicidal black metal, so it's DSBM. They it's, you know, really suicidal music. So it's like there's a band Cold World, which is one of my favorites, and they don't even have their lyrics out. You can't find it online. Like one of my favorite songs from them is called Void. And if you look it up, you can't find the lyrics. They've never put the lyrics out. It's because they don't want you to know the lyrics. They want you to feel the emotion of the music. So it's really sad music. And so when you're in a sad mood, it speaks to you. And that's what black metal's about. It's supposed to be the vibe of it. So that's why it's meant to be raw. The production is raw because they don't want it cleaned up. They want you to hear the raw emotion of the music.
Okay.
That makes sense.
No, yeah, I make that. I get that. I get that. And like the thing with that's another thing I'm just finding things I hate about you guys. But I hate when Corey doesn't like some bad production sounding stuff.
Well, yeah, because like Eddie, I've also been like, I didn't take college classes like you. I was around producers and like I was around producers essentially like in my previous portion of my career. I mean, I was always trying to figure out, like, I kind of figured it out from, like, watching other producers, and then, like, I took, like, one music production class, and it was just like, after that, it was just, like, game over.
And don't get me wrong, I love good production, like, I love it. I absolutely love it, who doesn't? But at the same time, you can still get good ideas from, like, old production or bad production, whatever you, like, doesn't sound the greatest, but that doesn't mean the musicians themselves were not talented. Like,
but you also gotta understand my background. I was also in marching band, so if for whatever fucking reason, if I ever hear a song that changes tempo that probably wasn't supposed to, or even just slightly, where like I could hear the drummer making a mistake in the recording, like I hate it. I can't listen to it.
I get that.
And like I was in marching band where basically I was almost like given I got my ass chewed out if I fucked up. And I mean ass chewed. Like in marching band, like they don't fuck around. You have to somehow be in time with like 10 to 15 other people.
I get that. I never, you know, I feel like I fucked up in high school and school because I was athletic. I was athletic since I was little. I did sports, all sports basically. I was in martial arts, football, basketball, wrestling.
Yeah, me and
Eddie tried baseball, but
me and Eddie switched.
I didn't like baseball, but you know, like
you did baseball?
No, we switched. I'm more athletic now, and he's not.
Yeah, but in high school, I played football. I did wrestling, and I never was in the band, and I wish I did. That's one regret I have because now, you know, I always wanted to be a musician and I know I wanted to. So I wanted to get, you know, the music theory down. I wanted to get marching down. I wanted to be a snare and everything, but I didn't. I didn't do it solely because I loved the sport of football. I loved wrestling. But outside of high school, I didn't really foresee a future. Like I wasn't like, okay, I knew for a fact I didn't want to go, you know, reach for the NFL or reach for college wrestling or, you know, Olympic wrestling. I knew I didn't want to do that. So why did I play? I played because it was fun. I played because I loved the sport. But in the long run, I should have did music. But that being said, I did take music classes. They had intro to music. Shout out Mr. George.
Oh, don't. Oh, okay. All right.
He's the boy. I love Mr. George.
Well, I mean,
But I mean,
well, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, and I took music classes, and he loved me. Like he he knew I knew my shit, and we did play tests. We would we would learn an instrument or play our instrument, and our tests were play tests. We'd have to show him what we were learning for the week or however long we had, and he knew I knew my shit, so I did drums. And I would come in with a new song each week, and he loved my drumming, and he asked me several times. He wanted me on the band, but I told him like I can't. Like I play sports. Like I'd have to give up football. I'd have to give up wrestling, and I didn't want to. So in exchange, he let me group with the band. So any meets, like any tournaments they went to and shit, like I went along. So he would basically sign me out of class. He would sign off for me to get out of class for the day, and I would go with them to competitions. And I would ride the bus to wherever they were going. I went with the band, and I would just watch the tournaments. And if you fucked up, you got your ass chewed out, and it was hard. But I wish I was in that setting. But
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with like trying out different things. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's life without going through and trying out different things to see if you like it or hate it?
Well,
Yeah.
and here's my thing though. It's just like, if you do what I did, I suffered a fuck ton of mistakes when it comes to the music industry. Like, I mean, even in the local, like I fucked up and almost quit music probably about 2-3 times. So like, honestly, I think that with you right now, where you are, it's great because I'm not trying to be like the dad or anything, but it's just like I can.
That's my job.
Fuck you.
I'm Daddy Bishop.
Well, I mean, like, dude, it's just like I've made
and I'm
like
Johnny
the
Depp.
mistakes you probably would have made had you actually gotten into the scene as early as you have. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so it's just like, believe me, like there have been times where like I fucked up. I've lost a lot of money, and I've also I've went years without being able to upgrade my own shit, and that or understanding what a band really is. And a band is a business. A band is a business. Like it's not some like without treating it like an actual business. Like how I basically. It took me a good 5 years to figure that out. By the way.
I don't mean to cut you off, but that's another thing I love about Corey is how much he's into the business. That really helped us as a band.
It did.
Yeah, he came in, setting us plans, business plans, marketing plans, and things we look forward to doing in the future with the band, outside of the music. We have plans to do things outside of playing music that still involve our band, that still involve Forsaken Skum, and he's really smart with what he does, and that's another thing that I do love about Corey is the
Thank you.
business.
Yeah, I was the most unfamiliar person with band stuff. I knew nothing about anything with band stuff because I always made my own stuff and made my own production. Though it did sound like shit, like the riffs and stuff were always cool, but god damn, I did not do very good with production. But like I always wanted to keep doing it by myself because like Eddie said earlier, I never wanted to join a band because I thought I would never agree with anyone else, and I didn't want to butt heads and stuff, and I would rather keep.
He
it to
still does.
myself. Oh yeah, I absolutely do. But I mean, I know nothing about band shit, and that's kind of what really helped us was with Corey, and then obviously Eddie knew a little bit about it. But
Well, I mean, at the same time, it's just like I went through the rounds of making my own mistakes and like not seeing my numbers in previous bands not go up, and then like there were certain bands that had previous traction and it was cool, but then it was like, but then I also had like I was also in a startup for like 2 years, and so it was like, and I was learning a lot about business, and then like I started trying to like see if I could apply that to the music, and what I was doing was, and it was weird because like not only was I doing the startup, everyone who I was in the startup with, I was in a band with, and so like those guys, shout out to the Thomas Crown Affair. I haven't said that name in a while. But shout out to the Thomas Crown Affair, like I learned a lot, and I basically took that knowledge and I've applied it to every band that basically I have done thus far afterward, and I couldn't be happier. I just, and unfortunately that whole ship burned down. And the thing is that like I'm very happy with this band, and I really want to, and I want to see it go. I do want to see it going somewhere. What am I talking about? I want to see it go. Hey!
It's okay.
Words!
I understand you don't want it to go
Words.
far.
I have a stuttering problem, if you haven't noticed, by episode 3.
Hey, it's all right, dude. We all have our I literally burped probably 1,000 times during this podcast.
Yeah, you take your indigestion way too seriously.
I'm surprised I haven't taken a piss break yet.
I'm surprised by that too. Eddie always has to piss. I always burp because of my acid reflux, and Corey stutters. So we all have our flaws. That's humans for us, and that ends the podcast. I'm just kidding. We're all imperfect, and you should hate yourself. That's the goal here. That's the life lesson.
Already there, bud.
Just kidding.
Another thing I hate about Bishop, he's an
God.
Xbox boy. He's an Xbox boy.
Dude, what the fuck, dude? I don't really take it that serious though. I'm not really a gamer.
No. I don't take it that
you
serious.
You just watch
either.
YouTube on
I
your
don't take
Xbox.
it that serious either.
And then all we ever do on nights like this, whenever like everyone's over, we just all play Ultimate Chicken Horse and yell at the TV.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't take it that serious either. I just give you shit.
Yeah, since
it's like,
the one that
I play all consoles. My main console would be
Switch.
Nintendo. I love Nintendo.
Oh hey, well I mean you all should give me shit for it because I'm a PC master race.
He's
PC
a
master
below
race.
mid-range PC master race.
Oh,
League
fuck
of Legends up in here.
That's Thomas. No. He plays Dota. Same thing. But anyways,
I remember when Dota was just becoming a thing. Like that shit. You want to know where that shit came from? Dota. That was a map setting on what was it? It was like in Warcraft 3.
what?
It was an online. It was just an online map someone that was created. That's what it was. That's how Dota 3 became a thing. It was like an online map that was already programmed and created and everything like that, specifically in order to be Dota. And so what ended up happening is that everybody liked that map. Like every time I ever went on, it was like Dota, maps forever. And so it ended up just becoming a thing, and that's how League of Legends became a thing. I guarantee that is how League of Legends became a thing.
All right. Well, I don't know
I
anything about
actually
it,
have
but
an interesting question for you guys. I saw this post being tossed around recently. What's a game that you guys think you have only played? A super underground game that you think you've only played.
Shit, Eddie's the host now.
Yeah.
Underground game? Jesus Christ.
How
dude.
old?
You talking like indie games or like?
I mean, either. I mean, yeah, it can be indie, but I mean.
Because I don't think there's like one game that no one else is like.
Well, yeah, but in your mind, like something that you haven't heard anybody else talk about.
You're talking about like non-mainstream.
Yeah, no. Well, it can be mainstream too. Something that nobody else, that you think nobody else plays, like something that you've never heard anybody else talk about that you love.
Any racing game. I play those and I know no one ever talks about them.
There's one game that I loved, which was Stuntman Ignition.
I've heard of that.
You've heard of it?
I never played it.
No, I haven't heard it.
It was fun. You were basically a stunt driver. Like you would go and you would do these stunts for like movies or whatever. Like
yeah, I've heard of that.
and it was fun. You'd be I think it was like movies or commercials or something, but you would have a certain task to go do like a certain stunt, and it got tough. It was a fun game though, but I rarely hear anybody talk about that game. That was the first game that made me cry.
Really?
Yeah, I cried because I was so frustrated at this one level. I don't even remember what the level was.
Sure.
I just remember it was about a fire truck. There was a fire truck involved with it. I don't remember what the level
That's
was.
how a porno starts.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a fire truck involved.
Yeah, that's porn for you.
Yeah. I thought it would
Rule
have been
34.
trials.
But yeah, that game, I got so frustrated, I ended up crying. Like, I was in tears. And I was just like, I'm not touching this for weeks. I didn't go back to that game for like 3 weeks.
I think one of the underrated games that I played, I mean, people have heard of it, but it's not really something that people normally talk about, but I played Darksiders 1 and 2.
I've played them, but I don't remember them at all.
It's
like
like-
I don't remember a single part of it at all. So I remember that I did like it at the time, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it just didn't age well with me because I literally have no memory of it.
That's fine. It was a good game. It was like God of War mixed with Zelda.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It had like the puzzles of Zelda, but the combat was like God of War.
One with a similar name that I always got confused because it was Darksiders and then Darkness. Have you heard of that game?
No.
I can't remember. I'm gonna butcher the plot of it, but from what I remember, you were kind of like a gangster it was basically a gothic gangster game. So you were like, I can't remember if you were like some type of vampire or like some type of, just gothic dude, but you were like a gangster. You'd have guns and everything, and you were part of like this type of gang, and that's what you kind of did in the game.
Huh.
It was kind of like a Saints Row, or like not
Goth-
GTA, but
Gothic
like a
Saints Row.
Gothic Saints Row.
All right. What about you?
But you
Corey?
had like your demon, like you had demon powers or something like that.
That sounds pretty tight.
So when I was a kid, like when I was like really young, I think like between like ages like 8 and 10. I don't know why, but for some reason, I don't remember why this happened at all. I just remember like in the mail every like couple weeks or something, I would get these like demo discs from like Microsoft.
Was it the Burger King?
No, it wasn't.
Bruh, I remember Burger King or Wendy's. One of them, they used to they used to give fire stuff in kids meals. I remember when
Fire stuffing kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no,
See,
like I remember when the Yu-Gi-Oh movie dropped, the original Yu-Gi-Oh movie, they handed out discs that had a soundtrack. It wasn't even a soundtrack. It was one song from the movie soundtrack. And I just remember I played the shit out of it. I had one that was like, it had Pegasus on it. You probably never seen
I've heard of
it. Oh,
that.
yeah.
Is
but
that the guy with the white hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it had him on there, on the little disc. And it played one song on it. And I would play that shit on repeat.
That sounds like you.
And it was in a kid's meal.
What was your game, Corey?
Yeah, what was
well,
it?
it was a couple games. It was like like I said, I would get like these demo discs, right, and then I get them like every other week. But I got this one, and I remember it was like green and brown, because for some odd reason it was like a disc, but it'd be like two colors, and it would be like four like sections, and it would say like Microsoft or something like that on it, but I remember it was green and brown. And there was like this game on it. It was called Abuse.
Wow.
Well, I mean, the name is literally not Abuse,
Domestic
but basically,
abuse. Cool.
fuck you. No, it was called Abuse, and basically, it was a game that referenced off of Alien, that whole story.
Okay.
And basically, you were like some guy like infiltrating like an old. Basically, think of it as like Doom. But except you were fighting Alien, like the alien from Alien.
What the fuck? Wow, he went real underground.
Yeah.
Oh, it just came. It just came to me one day. It was really fucking weird. It was like that, and fuck, I had one more. Fuck. Y'all ever play Medieval?
No.
I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Dude, it was fun. It was like it was on like a PS1 demo disc
Yeah.
that my cousin got. Because I felt bad because like sometimes it was like I didn't have a PlayStation at my house. Like we didn't have one, and like every time that I ever went to my cousin's house, I go and play it, and we'd always play Mortal Kombat and everything like that. But they had this purple demo disc, and it had that game Medieval on it, and it was like about this knight who like got resurrected and everything like that. Supposed to kill this witch and everything like that. And they actually made a remaster of it, which was kind of cool. And so like I actually kind of want to buy it for for the sake of it. But it was one of the funnest games. It was an awesome childhood memory in order to play it. And like I said, I really want to get them remastered so I can relive that.
You guys remember those like websites where you'd go and you could play a bunch of different games?
Like Miniclip?
Yeah, like websites like that. There was a game that I used to play when I was little. It was called
Cool
Dad
math
and
games for kids.
Yeah, cool math games for kids. But there was this game called
Cool
Dad
math
and
games?
Yeah, there's also Fun Brain.
Me. Yeah, there was a game called Dad and Me, and what it was this little kid and his dad, and I don't know if they were monsters or if it was just a mask, but they had like this mask or this type of face that looked like a monster. But you would go, it was like a scroller game. And you'd have these kids come up to you, and you and your dad would beat them up. And that was literally just the game. And there was also another one called Smack My Boss.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it was literally just like, it looked like, it was like, not stick people, but it was like a drawing. Like, it kind of looked like very loosely drawn, like on paper or something. But you would be playing this employee, and your boss would be telling you like, no, this isn't right, you fucked it up again.
I've heard of that game.
And
I think I've heard of it.
You would click on certain things in the office, and you would just beat your boss with it.
Yeah.
And it's
I remember this game.
Yeah, you'd click on a stapler or something, and it would staple his hand or his head or something. It was like very graphic.
Yeah, it was pretty graphic. I remember that.
Oh yeah, dude. Stick figure games are always graphic as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, did you all like fuck with Newgrounds and Newgrounds.com back in the day?
Yeah.
Madness. You remember Madness Interactive?
Yeah. I remember that shit.
I feel really left out.
Fuck you, Bishop.
Well,
dude, Madness Interactive was fucking great. It basically, I don't know, it just paved the way for like this art of animation. It was just like this, like I can't even describe it. It was like be like someone's head, but like the body of these people were like, I don't know, it was like an oval with like a line at the end, and that was their like whole body and their feet. And basically, then the original creator made both the game as well as like cartoons, and they were all just one guy just going on like 100-person killing spree. It was nuts.
All right.
Like it was fun, and the thing is that it sparked up a community of people making those type of animations and shit in that same format, like maybe like a different, because it was like, I guess that was right when like Flash animation was huge back in the day, and so what ended up happening was that people liked it that much. Like I mean, like there's like fucking like, I don't know, like 20 of them at this point.
Wow.
But I'll have to, like, after we're done with the podcast, I'll have to show you guys. But it was fucking cool. It was really fucking cool.
Yeah, I've heard of the name. I just never fucked with it. But
How about porn video games? You ever get those advertisements?
Yeah, you always get the advertisements.
Like,
but do you actually click on them?
No. I never have.
Yeah.
But it's like, I want to know if people actually
You won't
do.
last 5 seconds in this game.
Yeah, I always wonder if people actually do those, and like, do they get off to it? Like one hand they're just playing the game, the other hand they're jerking off, and it's like,
or like, what is it, like horny moms in your area?
Yeah, they always have that shit, and it's just like, come on, dude. Like,
Virus.
I know there's horny moms in my area, but do they really look like that? I don't think so. They look like meth addicts.
Well, in our area, of course. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's a whole different conversation.
Corey, do you have something to tell us?
What?
Just
I don't have nothing. No.
All right. Well, we have reached our time limit. So, in routine of our podcast, we ask our guests, which is you
to check out the horny mothers in your area.
Yeah, please check out the horny Asian mothers in your area. No, but we name a restaurant, you name a restaurant, and then we rate it from Sloppy Joe to spaghetti. You remember that rating system?
Yeah.
So we wanted to continue it since, like, in remembrance of our first podcast that's gone.
It's not gone. I still have it.
Yeah. I mean,
We could put it as like a lost episode or something like
lost
that.
forbidden
I know we
episode.
keep mentioning this every fucking time.
Yeah, it was recorded on Corey's iPhone in like outside his parents' house in the backyard.
The backyard.
Yard. God damn, I really say it like that.
You do. It's great.
But name a fucking restaurant
18 naked cowboys in
out
the
in the
showers.
out in the yard.
Wait to be sucked.
18 cold. Wait.
Fucking colons waiting to be.
Are throbbing cocks.
Go ahead, name a fucking restaurant.
Oregano's.
Oh, okay.
Salad.
Really?
Salad. They weren't terrible. I do remember I ended up ghosting a Tinder date after a date to oregano. So
That does get expensive.
yeah, no, it was just like dude,
I
she
would-
straight up catfished me. It was terrible. I was just like, oh, you look so cute. She gave it.
That's why he gave it the salad. Do you know what a salad is? Did we put that as like a 7? It's like in between a hamburger, which is a 5. Because sometimes you can fuck up hamburgers. Like I had a burger from the Mesa Burger King, and by God, it looked green. I swear to God.
Dude, you will never live that down.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
I'll
We
tell
mean-
you what, Burger King is sometimes has shitty food because Angela just got one a couple weeks ago. A burger as well here in town,
It's a hit or miss,
and
man.
it was like pink meat, like
Yeah,
super pink.
it's a hit
No
or
wonder
miss.
she's been throwing up lately.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Right?
Pretty much. But what would you rate oregano's at?
I would say spaghetti. I've only had it once, but I loved it.
Even the price?
Yeah, for
Really?
what it is, yeah, I'd say
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I grew up here in Casa Grande, so I mean, I'm used to the high tier food being Mimi's Cafe, or like Golden Corral, which is
The
shit.
high tier food.
Yeah, I mean that's the high tier food
Yeah.
here. So going up there, getting oregano's, it's like that's pretty bomb. So
I would say.
What was pizza again? Was that like 3?
Yeah, because you can really fuck up pizza if you really
I
want.
Which I don't know how because I've been slapping
I-
pizzas.
Yeah.
I
but
disagree with that.
I've had some shitty pizza in my day. man.
I don't know. I disagree with that because
Are you trying to diss our rating system?
no. But
Wait, I think it was around the other way around. I think pizza was like 7.5 and like
We can't go that fucking in detail.
I don't know. Like when it comes to pizza, the only shit pizza to me
Little
is
Caesars.
Little Caesars, and like I still eat that depending on the situation. Like if I'm at work and I have like a bunch of coworkers on a job, quick $5 boxes of pizzas, like
Hey, it's not even $5 anymore.
yeah, true,
It's $6.
True, it's $6.
But
I mean,
hold on real quick.
fucking
before
economy.
Before you continue, I'm gonna have to agree with you on oregano's at a salad. Just because it's like it's pizza and stuff.
The
It's
economy.
You guys ever
Italian
had
food.
Fazoli's?
No.
That place closed down.
oh dude, that shit
But-
was fucking gas. That
was fire
that-
back in the day. Like
if
ravioli
fucking
from
spaghetti.
There, ooh,
You know what?
ravioli,
I don't
man.
even know what's better than spaghetti. You know what? Fuck it. It's chicken Alfredo, man. That shit's chicken Alfredo.
What's that at?
That's like 12.
Oh shit! Chicken Alfredo is pretty good. I do like that
You
dish.
can't fuck up chicken Alfredo.
You can.
How?
You really can't. It's just noodles.
See, you guys say
Alfredo
that,
sauce.
but like you can fuck up pretty much
You couldn't
anything.
fuck up Alfredo sauce even if you bought the goddamn Alfredo.
Well, then it's already made. Then you can't fuck it up unless you add
That's
like
the
fucking
point.
apples to it or some shit.
Why the fuck?
why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why
Maybe
the fuck-
okay. I don't know.
Are we?
Maybe you're really drunk one night and you're just like I want to make
Yeah,
some
like-
chicken Alfredo, but with apples.
Or like you really crossfaded one night and accidentally put your pizza in your Reese's Puff cereal.
let me flip the script.
Hey,
Let-
that
let-
sounds like something someone I know did.
Let me flip the script on you right here. All right,
script?
I'm gonna be the host. Yeah, I'm gonna be the host. All right. Now, what's one weird ass food or combination that you think is spaghetti? Mine. I'll start with mine. Mine. When I was in middle school, I discovered this. I would have the hot and spicy Cheez-Its, which is Tabasco flavored Cheez-Its, and I dip it in ranch. And that sounds really weird, Cheez-Its with ranch, but it was bomb. And I had that on the daily.
That
was
doesn't sound bad.
That was my daily. I had that every day after school.
Now-
I'd come home and I'd have that.
So mine actually. Okay, so first of all, I actually got a lot of people on the train with it, but pizza and red wine vinegar.
I agree.
Yeah, so you guys like that.
That is a weird combination.
But it tastes so fucking good.
It does.
But the other one that you guys will have a problem with is I like Cheez-Its with chocolate milk.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Why? That sounds
the fuck
disgusting.
is
Like, I will literally put
what
Cheez-Its in my
you're a
mouth and
heathen.
drink chocolate milk with the
Fucking
Cheez-Its in my
heathen.
mouth and, like, eat it. Like, I don't know why. My girlfriend
I think I got one
despises
for
me
you.
for doing that.
I got one for you.
Okay. Reese's Puffs and peanut pizza?
No, that was terrible. And I highly regret that. I highly regret that decision the day I moved here. No, but dipping your peanut butter and jelly sandwich in chicken noodle soup.
You've done that?
Yeah, it's fucking fire.
Yeah,
That is
that's something I probably wouldn't think of doing, but
Yeah, I would. That is one thing I would not think of doing, but low key sounds like it could be bomb. So
Okay.
I won't disagree.
So
Yeah,
let
it
me
doesn't sound
explain.
bad.
So let me explain real quick. You just let the soup just something like get into the bread with the jelly and peanut butter. The jelly and peanut butter is going to keep the consistency. It's going to basically keep it together.
Corey over here Bill Nyeing it.
So therefore, it's going to stay together when it gets between
Okay.
Yeah,
dipping
see-
against your mouth.
So
it'll
bread already
stay
goes.
together.
Bread already goes with soup. So I mean,
I'm not a good cook at all.
Okay.
I can make ramen noodles, but
fair enough.
my girlfriend makes most bomb food.
Makes
And
some
like
pretty good stir fry.
the funny thing is, people say it's like sexist for guys to think, girls should cook and clean for them, but in my relationship, that's her hobbies. She loves to cook and she loves to clean. Like, cleaning is actually something she loves
What
to
she
do.
makes you believe. She's like,
So-
don't worry, Eddie. I love cooking and cleaning for you.
No, like
I always wanted to do that for a man.
No, but she does. She loves cleaning because she can put her earphones in, vibe out to music and clean. And after she cleans, she feels a lot better. Like if anything's messed up in her room, she gets so anxious about it, and then she cleans her room and it's spotless, and she's in such a great mood the rest of the time.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean, like, and on that fact, I mean, like, I don't even understand how any man can even expect their woman to cook and clean
Yeah.
while they're at a job when one guy's salary is not even going to be able to hold.
Well,
this
that's
household.
just the old mentality of
Yeah.
like the guy going out to cook.
Yeah,
work
but how the
while-
fuck do guys
Oh,
our
no,
age even have that mindset? I don't
I,
get
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I no, I
But-
get it. I totally get it. But I'm just saying that was the old mindset. Was the guy works like 60
Oh,
hours a week.
I'm well aware. That's
Yeah,
that is
works
not
60
lost
hours
on
a
me.
week. The woman stays at home with the 2 kids. The standard family life. I get that.
The nuclear family.
Yeah, the nuclear family. But the thing is it's not the same way anymore. Everyone's supposed to be neutral and all that
Yeah,
feminist
it
bullshit.
shouldn't be forced upon. Like, the guy should not like say, "Oh, you're gonna cook and clean for me." But if they like in my relationship with Angela, like, if she loves doing it, she loves doing it. Like, she'll clean my room when she comes over at times. Like, she actually likes cleaning. And when it comes to cooking, like, I'm not like, "Oh, you have to cook for me." But when she gets the chance to cook, she loves it, and her food is bomb.
There you go. Well, like the thing, real quick though, before we end this, you know what? One thing I was like thrown off by with with what Jenna does is she takes my dishes and brings them to like
The
she
sink?
takes yeah, and because I'm not used to that. I'm actually like used to doing it myself and all that, even with my past exes and stuff like that. Like I'm always used to going to do that. And then,
Yeah.
like, having her do that at first, I almost, like, kind of, like, held the dish in my hand. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't take this away from me. At first, and I was like, and I realized what she was doing. I'm like, oh, shit, that's right. You're being a nice woman. I get
no.
it.
Yeah, no, I mean it does get kind of weird because I'll be the first to admit, like, I kind of skimp on the little things when it comes to certain shit. Like, it's just like, fuck, like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to work 8 hours a day, work on something for 2 hours, and then not have like a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, like, we'll skip on the little things. Like, the house is sometimes a mess. Like, it's like whatever.
Well, that's us as men.
Well, yeah, we're also men.
Yeah.
So we're
That's our excuse.
Yep.
But
Just a disclaimer: the house is not a wreck. It's actually It's actually really fucking nice.
it's not bad. But that will probably conclude our podcast for today because we are probably an hour 20. What is it? Hour 23 in? Yeah, about that time.
Yeah.
But
He needs his
thank you,
glasses for that.
Mr. fucking Eddie Lopez, the 3/4.
The 3/4.
Fuck you very much.
Did you want to shout out anything?
Shouts out.
Cool. All right. I was thinking you're gonna do our band, but like they already know that, so it doesn't really matter. There's nothing else to like.
Shouts out Foreskin Cum.
Foreskin
Cum.
Stay tuned for that merch. But yeah, that pretty much concludes it. Everyone say a nice goodbye. Just be like a goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for joining us for this lovely episode of Scumcast. Be sure to stay tuned for our next episode as well as like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to stay up to date with all of our content. Thank you for listening, you scumbags.